Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Danielle Bain. A major crash on Highway 102 with multiple transport trailers led to a closure between Highway 589 and Highway 1117 while the OPP investigate the incident. The Ontario Provincial Police were notified about a collision at 12:45 in the afternoon between three tractor trailers at the intersection of Highway 102 and Otto Road. As of right now, there is no indication on how the accident took place, and OPP have confirmed that one individual is deceased with another in critical condition, but say that could change. As of right now, the closures are still in place as the OPP continue to investigate the crash. They did not have a timeline for reopening the highway. The Ring of Fire mining deposit was brought up at Queen's Park on Thursday, the final day for the Ontario legislature before the Christmas break. Kiiwetinoong MPP Saul Mamakwa is concerned about the lack of consultation and consent from First Nations. The government believes the massive chromite mining development will create hundreds of jobs in the Northwest and generate revenue for the surrounding Indigenous communities. Mamakwa wants more of a conversation to be had with First Nations people, and he challenged the Premier's previous comments, which stated the Ring of Fire would go ahead no matter what.
How can the Premier possibly know what's best for a place he won't even visit? Well, Ontario, listen to the people who are worried about this project. You know, a project that will change their ways of life permanently, and commit today to a consultation process in the Ring of Fire based on free, prior, and informed consent.
Our government has met with, just this past week, with the leadership of Mushkegowig to continue that ongoing conversation with them to make sure that we have that prior informed consent as we move forward with this.
Hundreds of hot turkey dinners were served at the Journey to Life Centre for the 27th Annual Community Christmas Dinner sponsored by the Valhalla Inn. Once again, sit-down meals in the centre were not allowed, but takeout meals were offered in a drive-through or walk-up setting for anyone looking for a turkey dinner. Around 250 meals were prepared by the Valhalla Inn and then packaged at the Journey to Life Centre, where cars lined up from 12 noon to 2 p.m. to get their turkey dinners with all the trimmings provided. Salvation Army Executive Director Gary Ferguson says everyone was disappointed not having the Christmas dinner last year, so they were extremely excited to have it back.
I think it means a lot to the community. Christmas time is a time where not everybody has everything that they need, and we're so happy that we're able to provide to those in the community that need and deserve a dinner.
Ferguson says they had over 10 volunteers helping out with the dinner, but are still looking for more volunteers to help out with the Salvation Army Christmas kettles. A new group in the Dryden area is looking for people to join them in their stand against a proposed underground nuclear waste repository in the Ignace area. The countdown to a decision on whether it will or will not happen in the region ticks closer and closer. Adam Riley has the details.
In 2023, a decision is expected to be made on whether or not an underground nuclear waste repository will be built west of Ignace. Part of the process has been engagement between the Nuclear Waste Management Organization and municipal governments in the area, including Dryden, which is posed to play a significant role as a service provider for the project, which is why a special public meeting was held between Dryden Council, the NWMO, and various opponents of the project to openly discuss and answer questions. Some question council's impartiality as the city has received some $1.3 million from the NWMO so far.
If Dryden did not get funding from nuclear waste management, it would have to spend literally hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars to do the studies and to do the research required to educate the community.
Others asked if council has bothered to understand the project and nuclear waste itself, to which Councillor Martin McKinnon took issue with.
I've latched on to every opportunity I possibly can to learn more about nuclear waste. These questions are hinting at the lack of transparency on behalf of this council. And I'll be the first one out there saying that we are totally transparent, right down to you can read about the funding anytime you want on the city's website.
Councillor John Carlucci later brought up an important point to consider by all parties at the meeting, when a question on whether or not the issue should be included on the ballot for the 2022 municipal election.
Like Ignace is driving the bus. They're sitting there saying, okay, here's what we would like to see happen, whether it happens or not. And we're just at a bus stop. Either we're going to get picked up or we're not. And at the end of the day, I think going on a ballot, we can vote yes or no, or whatever it may be. It's going to come down to, I think, Ignace and maybe Wabigoon First Nation decides whether this project goes forward or not.
Following the portion of the meeting directed to council, the remaining 3 hours were dedicated to representatives of the NWMO, Northwatch, Environment North, We the Nuclear Free North, and the newly formed local group Sunset Country Spirit Alliance. There they were given an opportunity to respond to those questions posed by the public and to publicly discuss the issues related to the project. Adam Riley, TBT News.
Lakehead University has managed to quadruple its fundraising goal for Giving Tuesday this year. LU alumni officials came up with an ambitious awareness plan involving numerous emails, social media campaigning, and using a university-wide approach to raise money for student financial aid. And now that Giving Tuesday has come and gone, LU's Mark Tilbury is calling it a massive success.
When the dust settled, we were absolutely blown away. Not only did we meet our Giving Tuesday total, we crushed it. With contributions from our alumni, faculty, staff, and friends, and a matching gift from the Lakehead Annual Fund of $52,000, we raised $216,828 this year.
The total to more than $540,000 that Lakehead has received on Giving Tuesday since the university first started participating in 2016. A day of learning for Confederation College culinary students has also helped the regional food bank prepare for a busy holiday season. The college is significantly cutting down prep time for the RFDA, as what normally takes weeks was done in just a single day. Second-year students with the culinary management program were taught the basics of preparing a turkey. The 16 students prepared 30 turkeys, learning how to cook, debone the birds, and make gravy. Culinary student Bryson Nishimura says cooking usually brings him joy, and even more so knowing it's for a good cause.
We're giving them the holiday experience that they might not have otherwise, so that feels really good. And I'm doing it through cooking, which I already love, so I'm getting double satisfaction from it, right? And I think we can all agree that we all are.
This is great. We have our own kitchen at the RFDA, but we don't have a kitchen like this where there's 30, 40 ovens, and they're just going cooking up the turkeys, and I wouldn't be able to do this. This would take me all month to cook this many turkeys.
The turkey portions will be distributed to various food banks, and it will also be a main component of individual meals that will be given out when recipients pick up their RFDA holiday hampers this coming week. Information that could end Thunder Bay's stalemate with a designated truck route will be brought forward at tomorrow night's City Council meeting, and a pilot project that would bring a small plot of tiny homes to the north side will be heard. A number of groups forming the Tiny Homes Committee will present their plan on the 6 home projects to Council. The tiny homes would be built on land between the former Dawson Court on Algoma Street and the District Jail. At a later date, the committee would ask Council to donate the property or help wherever they can as part of Stage 1 of the project.
Stage 2 then is getting community support, getting organizations to help us like Rotary and maybe other Kiwanis, etc. Then we go to the public. We go to private sector and get companies to hopefully contribute in donations in kind, whatever it is.
Council will also hear options to untie the procedural knot that has become the designated truck route. The city clerk will make sure councilors are aware of the 4 main options they have. They include rescinding previous votes that could lead to a new bylaw or rescinding the 2019 decision to implement the DTR, leaving them back at square one. All right, when we come back after the break, I will be joined by Kurt Black, and he'll have your sports.